Hi, my name is Havish Madhupati. There are two amazing functions that have been added on Microsoft Excel, sort and sort by. Here is the problem statement. We have a list of customers, the shipping mode, as well as the sales amount. So if I want to sort all these numbers by the amount, which means I want to see the largest number at the top and the smallest number at the bottom, we can simply write equal to sort, choose the column that has the entire array of sales values in it. Then the sort index. Now the sort index here is an optional argument. So I'm not going to put anything here. And I notice it tells me all the numbers in a ascending order. Now, if I want this in a descending order, I can simply change my sort order to descending and we get an array of all the sales values in descending. If you want to make this more dynamic, we can make a drop-down validation with ascending and descending written in it. Let me just color this green. And what we want is that if the user chooses ascending, the sort order would be ascending, and otherwise it would be descending. So we can say if the value chosen by the user, which is F1, is equal to ascending, then I want to sort as per 1. Otherwise, I want to sort D4, D16 as per -1. So if you notice, if the user chooses descending or ascending, the sort order will change automatically. Now a derivative problem can be where we want to find out who my top customers are, but we only want to look at the customers in a descending order. That means I don't want to literally go back to the data and sort the data. I just want to use the sales column, which is column D, as a sort array, but I want to sort column B, which is the list of names. So we say here equal to sort by. So it says array and then the by array. So I can choose column B, which I want to sort by column D. And then again, I can choose ascending or descending. For now, let's stick with descending. And you notice it gives us a list of names. Now, Jack, Brian, and Darren, if you notice here, Jack is 490. Then we have Brian at 473 and we have Darren at 470. So again, we can say if the value in F1 is equal to ascending, then you want to sort by, -1. Otherwise, you want to sort by B4, B16, D4, D16, and then 1. It should be the other way around. So let me just keep it like this. Excellent. So if you notice, when I make it ascending, this gives us a list of the bottommost values and it gives us a list of the bottommost customer names. So there are different ways in which these functions can then be combined with other functions as well. As an example, if I said equal to large and I selected this range and the k value is in curly braces 1, 2, and 3, and then I close this as well. You notice it gives me my three largest numbers. If I want to show my three largest numbers in three different rows, then I can put the separator as a semicolon. And if you put a sum here, now this will automatically tell us the sum of the three largest numbers, right? So I hope you can see how advantageous something like this can be. As an example, if I wanted to find the sum of the three largest customer names, we could have said equal to sum and then large. Now my array here is going to be sort my entire range in an index. So the index is an optional argument. We can say this is, let's say, ascending, or let's say descending. And then my sort order is In fact, we don't need a sort order as well, so we can just stop at this point, and our k value would be curly braces 1, 2, and 3, and then finally we can close our function. So it tells me the sum of my three largest numbers. Just to confirm, we can now select and go to conditional formatting and then say top three items, and as you can see, my top three items are 470, 490, and 473, and this is the result that we can see here. Right? So lots of interesting ways in which the sort and sort by functions can be combined with other Excel functions as well. Wonderful. I hope you liked the example. I will see you for the next one.